Hi everyone, my name is Notepad Addon, and I write games for fun. So, of course, like, the second I start I get a fucking text because I can't win for losing. But today we are working on Monster Girl Adventures, as we have for the past two streams. And we are actually listening to the Monster Girl Quest OST, all rights reserved to the Toro Resistance. They're the ones who actually made the game. Monster Girl Quest is an Arrows game, so we're back to this. We're back to this dance, everyone. Otherwise known as watching Arrow games, because we're all degenerates here. Let's be honest. But let us start. So what are we working on today? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, OBS updated, so it's going to be me trying to desperately make sure everything actually works for once. I know, it's amazing. So if we go back to our prelim notes, we've wrapped up kind of cleaning up the corrupted races. We also wrapped up making characters in general a little bit easier. So now we're going to actually work on expanding willpower, social combat, and relationship strings. All of these have been kind of slotted into their own thing that are kind of separate from one another. So I'm just going to try to make them a little bit cleaner, to say the least. So let's scroll all the way up. We're going to go right to the top, and we're going to start the meticulous process of magic, conflict, social combat. As you can see, it's literally this. This is all we have for social conflict. So let's just Control C and Control V. Reduce that down in size a little bit. Words are power, mostly sexy words spoken by attractive people. When two characters engage in verbal sparring match, they will attempt to convince the other to follow their... Give me 1 second, I took my damn glasses off. Let me turn down the music a bit. There we are. It's going to inevitably get me, like, content flagged on, like, everything, but here we are, doing what we do best, and winging it. Alright. The number 6. Alright, so overall, our basic mechanic for social combat is boiling down to attribute versus attribute. Winner reduces willpower. Willpower at 0. Willpower at 0 equals character performs action. Actually, let's see, character devise to perform the action or gain/lose corruption equal to the victor's BRV score. What are my notes I have here? Okay, so pretty much you need a carrot and stick in this kind of situation, and as of right now, the carrot is getting a character to do something you want, and the stick is, well, gaining or losing corruption, which is bad across the board. Or is it bad? See, this is that's kind of the hard part. And what I debated on doing So actually, while we're here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw myself all the way back up, and I'm going to go to one of my example ones. Here we go. Sexual combat. Welcome to Notepad attempts to be punny, and here we are being us. So let's see. Wants to win more, have control over the encounters. Remaining press in the Amazon press who controls the situation and who gets to decide what happens afterwards. When engaged in such an encounter, there are two ways of victory. Power to 0, reducing your health to 0. Okay. I think we're going to take this system a little bit. So, let's... Sounds like Star Wars. No, it's just Sabas Castle. Sabasa Castle. Yeah. Am I insane? Thinking this sounds like Star Wars? I think I'm insane. I'm going mad. So, let's make check cues. Okay. Sexy words spoken by... Wait. Same attribute. The number of successes the attacker has over the defender. Successes, footnote, attacker rolls 4 successes, defender rolls 3. has one net success. Is dealt to willpower. Is dealt to willpower. Actually, let's put you down there, and I'm gonna use this, so half of me wants to do it this way, the other half of me doesn't. Corrupted characters may use 2 attributes of their choosing, while a corrupted character may only use 1 attribute. No, you know what? I'm going to keep this for this section in particular. Yeah. Okay. But I'm going to add uncorrupted. They add corruption to their attack. With this, that starts to round. Arguments. Second argument for counter argument. Defense and corruption to their arguments. Not being really as specific here because I need to break it up for this one because you're going to target both health and willpower. And since I actually use strings here, I'm actually going to put this part up top. I think I'm not going to make it optional. I think I'm going to make it part of the game itself. I think that's a good idea. Flawless idea, probably not, but an idea I think will work overall. Sorry, I punched my mic there. Man, corruption to their arguments, attacks when the character's willpower is reduced to 0. The loser is at the victor's mercy. They convince the target of something. Convince the target to their line of thinking. Force them to take a side. Is this the same track? Let's see if we can't find some more here we go. This is it. If we're going full down this route of depravity, we may as well use the legit school days visual novel soundtrack. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, Christmas Christ. Fun fact about me, I actually played through the entirety of School Days visual novel. Oof. It was a big oof moment. Like it's a nightmare. And that entire game is such a nightmare. Even though childhood friend is the best route, and anyone who says otherwise, fight me. I will fight you. Both main girls' thoughts, don't deal with them. Childhood best friend, we'll go for it. Nail that. Yeah, we talk depraved here. We've lost all sense of right and wrong. Loser is at the victor's. The victor's mercy. The victor may convince the target of their line of thinking, force them to take a side in a conflict, or seduce the target. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to go back to another game that I wrote. This is Blood, Coin, and Steel. For those just tuning in who have never actually looked at any of the games I've written, this is the one based on Game of Thrones. So, obviously, it has some things that I actually based it off of. You actually see there are people in here for some reason. Hello, Anonymous Coyote and Anonymous Skunk. But let's take a look. Intrigue. I don't think we want to go full on. But I think putting in so victor may attempt to perform. Let's see. Attractive people into character that get influenced by their way of thinking. This is the action theme. Knife or saw. You definitely know you're playing school later when it's knife or saw. Decide their objective. Friendship, information, service, deceit, deceit, or seduction. The victor determines the outcome based on their objective. Friendship. Oh, no, that's notes on canon. Loser may choose to resist the outcome, but suffers a negative effect. Friendship, both outcome. Both characters gain a string with one another. Resistance. The attacking character gains 2 strings with the target. And then we have information. Outcome. The character learns a specific piece. Information from the target. Resistance. Then the information. But their willpower does not reset. Yeah, the big thing with information, that if you're pressing someone for information and you say, like, no, I don't want to give you that information, you're immediately now weaker to future ones. So if someone really wants to influence you immediately and say, hey, let's be friends, or hey, let's deceive you, or your mind's not in it. And that's kind of my double, like the haha moment. It's not really perfect, but I think it'll work, mostly for something like this. Actually, let's see. Successful outcome. Failure outcome. No, I'm not gonna. It doesn't. But the target's willpower does not reset. You know what? I'm going to... No, I'm going to remove that. I think the idea is there, but I don't think the application is going to work. One of those things, I can see it in my head working, but my head's a very unuseful place sometimes. It has a bad tendency of punching me in the face. So we're instead... that suffers a negative effects. And there's strings. And then we can move straight into how strings work. Having sex to change. People for a deep and personal level sometimes. Sometimes people don't even have at a deep and personal level. People form relationships with one another at a deep and personal level. Whether through the bonds of friendship, camaraderie, workplace rivalries, or flat out sexual in nature. Camaraderie, workplace rivalry, or sex. Characters will inevitably form a I can see the words in my head. I know what I want to say here. People form relationships with one another deep and personal level, whether through the bonds of friendship, camaraderie, workplace rivalries, or sex. Characters will inevitably have pull and sway over one another in a variety of ways. Some adventuring groups dissolve quickly due to petty infighting, while others become stronger through the ties that bind them. Strings are the representation of this push and pull of this relationship, of the relationships the characters possess. with one another, and major characters. And major and important characters. Characters can pull these strings to manipulate the individuals around them. What the fuck? Thanks, I hate it. We'll go with this one. Not much better. I mean, it's just dramatic piano music. Well, dramatic violins, I mean. I like dramatic violins. That's because I think I remember this one. I think this is one where Makoto dies, which is like 95% of the fucking endings in that game, I swear. Please. Is the target's willpower by the string, by the relationship, by the string's value, but lowers it by 1 each time. Characters who start formal relationships. Actually, I can make a table here. I think that would be the best idea, is to make a small table. So, we'll and chooses to resist, loses a string. Character in question. The character trying to influence them, as well as one string with everyone else they have strings with. Oh my god, it's back. What is this hell? Random shuffle my ass. Maybe if I just make you go to the very end. Wow, that's alright. Yeah, can we find well, we listen to this. I'm gonna try to find some like decent. Let's see. What's a good There we go. Let's try this one. This is Kimi to Kanjo no Koi, which is by Nitro Plus, actually. I actually like Nitro Plus's stuff. They're pretty decent. If I remember correctly, this one was really messed up because it screwed with you quite a bit. And I did enjoy that. I do enjoy it when I get messed with in my various Eroge games. Just like, haha, I feel like I can do anything. And then I get manipulated and die horrifically. I'm like, damn it, I have to try again. Let's see. Characters can pull these strings and manipulate the individuals around them. Pulling a string reduces the target's willpower by a string's value, but lowers it by 1 each time. They try to influence them as well as strings. Everyone else they have a string. They have as well as one string with everyone else. They have a string with. Footnote. Quite literally being stressed to be. Okay. Let's go all the way back up. Actually, let's see. As well as gaining corruption if it is against a corrupted character. Losing corruption. Actually, gaining corruption if I want to trying to influence them, as well as gaining corruption. Gaining one corrupt. There we go. Got how good the soundtrack was to this game. Got a nice jazzy feel to it. I like jazz. Not B-movie kind of jazz. So let's see. Insert foot. Did we just play this song? I thought we just played this song. Yeah, we literally just played this song. Alright, this is getting stupid. Okay, we want to go like that. We want to go like that. No. They have 3 versions of the same opening. It's great. There we go. We'll just go down the list, I guess. You should help us round everything out. Yeah, there's a bunch of ending, which is literally the exact same song, just like variations of it. It's great. As you can tell, I definitely plan things out when I stream, and I don't just completely wing it, because I'm an idiot. 100%, let's do it, yeah. Let's see. Let's see, 2 relationship strings. I'm going to do that. And that means what we get to do. I know, Monster Boys. We don't want to deal with Monster Boys because that's going to be an entirely different nightmare. So what we can do here, and let's copy, delete. All the way back up. And there we go. Got our happy Hellhound waifus because we all love our healthy Hellhound waifus. And someone actually pointed out what I found amusing was that Hellhounds often get, like, they're a lot more popular than, like, the comfy stories than any other Monster Girl. And, like, that's kind of a weird note, but I also, like, I noticed that as well. I'm like, I wonder why that's the case. Maybe just because they're supposed to be big, tough, and scary. Yeah, we can just make that 3 paragraphs instead of 4. I think these two roll into each other fairly well. Because this is on what we're doing, how we do it, who wins, who loses. Let's see. Can we find a picture right off the bat? Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta go down this metaphorical rabbit hole real fast. So, We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about a picture here later. Yeah, no, fun fact, it's like, you Google Monster Girl, you get like 95% dicks, and the other half you get like, you know, here's boobs. I'm like, oh, can't show that on stream. Can't show that on stream now, can I? Oh, no, 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 no. So let's roll down to, here we got playing the game, we got these, willpower. Alright, let's... Let's see. The rules not favorable to those without strong convictions or those who are easily convinced. There are dozens of creatures fully willing and able to manipulate, influence, and lead astray those who fall to their wiles. Sometimes willpower acts as a method for characters to resist the temptations of both the flesh, the honeyed honeyed words, and the temptations of both the flesh, of honeyed words, and the alluring gaze of lovers. Willpower is equal to scholarship plus bravado, and reflects the character's force of personality as well as mental well-being. This ever falls to 0, the character has become open to manipulation, and their mind can be easily picked apart. And this is a heading 2, so we're going to click that button. Oh, geez, no, we didn't mean to do that. I'm going to move you up just a actually, I can move you a little bit over there. I'm going to move you just a smidge upwards like that. Move you right there. Okay. Now we've still got these. I need to yell at artists to make me pretty things, but I'm too lazy. So we got all of this. Gooda. Oh, that reminds me. If we go down to relationship strings. Well, that reminds me. We should update. Maybe wondering why is it kind of lagging out, because this is a massive document. And the bigger the document gets, the more it likes to chug a little bit, because it's like, oh God, there's so much stuff here. Please, God, stop. In the name of God. In the name of God. Let's see, let's pull you down right here. We're going to go here. just use the Monster Girl CS because also this is one of the few games I actually wrote a goddamn character sheet for. Yeah, go me. I made a character sheet. MGE Batman. My waifu. Hero meant unbroken pelvis. A hero without a broken pelvis. Test CS. Hands solo. Yeah, we're just going to do sheet for things. Event. Permanent string. Additional strings. Additional permanent strings. Yeah, in case you haven't realized, Kimi to Kanjo no Koi is not a happy series. Nobody wins in Kimi to Kanjo no Koi. Everyone's just sad. Characters have had sex. Plus one. I have to actually do this method, don't I? Plus one. Plus one string. Fought a battle with one another. It's two string plus one strings. And let's see what other horrifying events characters could unfortunately have happened to them. Same target romantically. Plus one. Let's see. Actually, character's reaction. Character is in a harem with target. Because harems are a thing in the MG verse. Even though they're not like a big thing, that's usually reserved for people like bicorns. Because bicorns are weird. A bicorn is the result of if you have sex with another monster girl and then have sex with a unicorn. You corrupt the unicorn, which, if you're like, man, I love bicorns. Sorry, kiddo. Get out of here with your degeneracy. I don't need your kind of negativity in my life. I'm trying to think of another. Oh, yeah. Has injured the target. Character. defeated an opponent. Plus 2 strings. Is a former lover. A former lover. Minus 1 string. There we go. Actually, so character has been cheated on. Negative 2 strings. Character. So effectively, what I'm trying to do is, if you are an incubus, you get strings on other people. So actually, character is an incubus of a similar species. Plus 1 string. Just not playing any more music. Would be done? No, it just ends. It literally just ends. Alright, cool. What the fuck ever. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Bum ba-dum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Bum ba-dum. Bam, 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 the bam, 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 ugh. Based on linked. Yeah, we really don't need all this space. God, it's just... This goddamn tune is gonna go through my goddamn head all night now. Why did I select this? Because I want to fucking Eroge, didn't I? Because I'm an idiot. You're not gonna let me do this? Let me abuse that. Why don't you let me abuse this? If I do that, will you let me? Yeah, welcome to getting fucking tables to agree with you. Google. God. There we go. Let's do actually 1.5. What? Okay, yeah. I'm like, wait, where did the picture go? Now we get to do the magical, where the hell did that picture go? Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to hit that. I'm going to hit backspace. What I want to do is I want to delete the table. There we are. I'm going to reduce this picture down to really tiny. And then I'm going to paste it again. Ha ha ha. I am so good at this. Table properties. We want to go middle left. Why are you showing me this? Oh god, I just realized desktop audio is on. Everyone's been hearing this twice. Damn it, OBS. Oh, okay. That's probably what happened. Okay, this isn't going to work, so I'm going to actually put you up here. Aha, we've killed 2 birds with 1 metaphorical stone. There we are. Of course, we have depressing music because this entire game is a goddamn depressing nightmare. And nobody wins because everyone suffers. Alright, so since we actually moved this, I feel like we should put something there. I'll have to try to find something at a later time. Here, I'll bump you up a little bit though. But, alright, so what have we done? So we did all of that pretty much today. How long have we been actually streaming for? That's a different question entirely. We've been streaming for a little over an hour now. So let me check my phone, make sure that's not getting angry at me for something I care about. Nothing really. So, since we've been only going an hour, screw it. Here's my squeaky ass chair. Let's go all the way up. I'm actually going to bring it out to 100 now, I guess. And I'm going to hit that button. And we want to go to conflict. Yep, we're going to play the game of fixing combat. So, well, when combat begins, all characters roll 1d6 plus reflex to determine their starting initiative. Initiative acts first in the sense from there. If one party ambushes an enemy from there, let's hit that. And if one party ambushes an enemy, they act before rolling initiative. And if one party attacks a defended position, the defender acts first before rolling initiative. When characters engage in physical combat, the intent is to reduce the opponent's health to 0, wounds to 0, or force the enemy to retreat. All characters during this time can perform a series of actions to assist them in performing this goal. Each character's turn is 6 seconds in time, while every action committed is referred to as the round. So a character can use a single action on their turn. And people wonder why I use the notepad all the time. Let's see. So, ability or tool, build a tool in their possession in the battlefield. Pretty self-explanatory. Attack. Okay, so here's attack. I just need to read this one over again just to make sure. Character rolls against the target, rolls against their target, and adds up successes. If the attacker has more successes than the target, the EI on their target, they deal weapon damage minus enemy armor times successes. Yeah, okay. The character's focus is exclusively on defense. They may oppose. Okay, so I'm actually going to put is attackers ref versus defenders ref. They double the number of dice they roll from their attribute. Footnote: bod 3 would roll 6 die for defense. For their from their attribute for defense. I have to put in this little note here, from their attribute right there, so people aren't, because there's some abilities that you can choose to have, which are like, oh well, I get +1 defense. You don't double that for a defend action because you never get hit. You just do from your attribute. Delay may reduce their initiative. I'm actually going to change this to another action that I have. So that's going to get removed. Maneuver, other, focus. Reduces their initiative value to 0. Actually, no, I'm not going to add that. Pretty much wind-ups from another game I have. Actually, yeah, you know what? Do I want to do that? No. No, I don't. I don't think that's a good idea. I honestly don't. Because in another game I have a mechanic called winding up, where instead of just like, oh, well, I'm going to not have to worry about that, what you can do is you wind up attack and you do more damage, but that game is also a lot more reliant on dealing damage, and because damage is a little bit more consistent than in this system, so I want to make sure that things don't, explode in my face violently and make me cry. This sounds happy. It is not. Nothing is happy in this fucking visual novel. I should put an extra D6. Oh gosh, I just realized I made a tragic mistake. I want to hit I. Yep, I want to hit I. Defend, delay, maneuver, other, refocus. Actually, let's... let me just do a quick review. I just want to make sure. This is why I say things oftentimes kind of play into one another. Because magic and corruption can manipulate the magical currents of the world in a limited degree. A character has rule of scholar plus start magic skill to determine their full dice pool, trying to hit an area's target number of successes for their action. Refinements of magic, charms, healing, combat skills more efficiently. So let's take, let's see. Some spells aren't easy to cast for a few seconds, let alone a few hours. Time to link to location. She's gonna hop back and forth between them with ease. Or Magus is blessing the door of the castle during siege, doing no forces. Now, again, you might see like right here, it takes 4 minutes to bless the door for a while, but if we're going off every round every round of combat 6 seconds, you might not have 4 minutes. 4 minutes is 40 rounds. Like battles are over a lot quicker than that. So if you're kind of under attack, a large scale attack like this, opening permanent portal. heal. The deliberate attempt to do something else. Short blink and just strike or return a coin placed invisible to what it would be thief. In situations like these. Example, I as a mage want to do some quick teleport across that. It's about 5 feet and my bod score is not something to be desired. The narrator says I need five successes, so I roll my magical ability and score 5 successes or more. Okay. There we go. I think that's works. So what I'm going to do is we're going to scroll all the way up here. Oh, God, my legs. Versus the defender's reflexes. Now you notice reflexes is kind of a god stat when it comes to things like, you know, defending yourself. That's on purpose. You can opt to not have a lot of reflexes, because reflexes doesn't do a lot skill-wise. You need these other ones. So it's just like, do I want to be really good at dodging in combat, or do I actually want to, you know, not die? You know, or be useful to the team. And that's kind of your ultimate compromisio. Insert footnote. By the way, this video on YouTube's this YouTube video is totally going to get claimed. I'm going to feel real sad. It's like, because I like your roses. What can I say, guys? Nitro Plus makes some good stuff. Does that make me a horrifying pervert monster? Yeah, probably. Let's court knife fights. Deal with Titanic thrust. Yeah, the space distance is my compromise because I don't use a grid for combat. I should throw a note in here of like, hey, I want to convert this to this, or this. And yeah, I can do that, but I also don't want to right now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So combat got cleaned up pretty fast because I think combat works really well on paper. I think the biggest issue with this is I need to white room it. And my two debated possibilities with it are option A, damage gets way too insane, way too fast, and like melee just becomes super king. My other kind of counter issue to that is the damage isn't high enough because everyone's just succeeded by 1 and armor's too good, so you end up in this really weird situation. I think it's going to be attacks are too high and do way too much damage. Because the compromise with how armor works, because if we go down to equipment, actually, past social combat. Actually, no, we'll go to... You know, screw it, let's take a look at these first. I'll lose the next. Actually, I'm going to change this. Stunned and... loses. Defend themselves. Selves. I normally went with the, stun, you lose X amount of turns. I've gradually started to move away from that because I realize how valuable stunned is. It's kind of the, God, what is it? I strike the stun in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, where it just became, in any other situation, just striking the stun is like a 95% better option to choose if you're in combat. It's like, let me stun you, then I can hit you. Stun, hit, stun, hit, stun, hit. I'm actually going to remove this picture right here, and instead I'm going to go to another game that I wrote to pick out something that I made for that one in particular. Where are you? You want to look at that Tale Talk Online. Did I put in Radical Anarcho combat changes? Yeah, this is, as you can tell, this is a game I'm actually running at the moment. So, magic, actions and combat. Ah, here we go. So I have a friend in that game who's playing a druid-like character, and he likes to use his abilities, his magic, which has a relatively similar kind of open or more open magic system like this game, and he likes to use it to bind people. Obviously, there's no root ability, so I just like use Frozen for it because it's the best option for it and like most similar. So there we go. We have the on fluff. All right, so let's actually refer to this note for casting. You got me. What the fuck is a value notepad? Yeah, you got me, that. Regen plus endlessly as the first spell. Starts course when it takes its place. None of values reflect in turns. These last until they dissipate through the clear or caster willing and shuts them off for an action. If you cast spells on more than a handful of individually, you'll split your successes among them. MGs can and will automatically add their corruption to dice pool to avoid the effect of a spell. There are status effects not listed here. Feel free to wing it. Casting is also fucking loud. Bear in mind for stealth mission. Or stealth missions. Yep. Yeah. Alright, yeah. So we have enemies now. I'm going to skip past enemies right now. I'm going to work on those probably tomorrow. We're going to look at equipment right now. Alright, go away. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Ugh. I'm getting tired. I need to play Kimmy to Conjure No Coin again. It's been a while since I've actually played it. What's another crappy VN that I can think of at the top of my head? We already did Yumimaru Kasuri. School Days isn't working because it's broken, has an awful song in it, and then keeps coming up. I guess we could try that one. This will definitely get me claimed, but... Yeah, in case you haven't got the feeling yet, Kimi to Kanjo no Koi is not exactly a happy-go-lucky adventure. So, let's see. I'm sorry. A minute. Now, if you've been here for the other games that we've done, you know we've been a little bit autistic when it comes to weapons. So, guess what? We're going to be a little autistic when it comes to weapons. So, if we go down to equipment, here's all our weapons we're going to be adding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy paste. La 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 la. See, half of me wants to go with the dice, the other half of me doesn't. So, let's see. Yeah, we are almost done with... In case you haven't realized, this is the ending song already. Yeah. So, what I'm meaning by tier here is what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it exclusively to... So it's like an axe is going to do like 2d6 plus bond damage. Let's see. Let's assume. No, that means the damage will get way too high. What are we looking for armor? That reminds me. What's our armor values? 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want randomized values? No, I don't think randomized values are going to be a good idea in this. So let's actually move these all back. We're still going to remove these. But we're also going to go here, scroll up a little bit, have myself die a little on the inside because this entire thing at this point is awful. Because there's so many goddamn pictures and so many goddamn like tables and stuff. It's like chugging a little bit. It's great. I love it. Oh, wait, that reminds me. It's that time, everyone, where we get to turn the music off because the music is looping in on itself. Go away. I don't care about you being happy and finding your true love. Let's listen to Tsukihime. You know, Tsukihime, that wonderful, wonderful fucking visual novel that's also a part of the Nasu-verse. You know, the one with the Fate series in it. The much more popular one, which makes me incredibly sad because Tsukihime is better than the Fate series. But we'll never get anything out of it because God hates us. Because God has condemned us. That's why we can't have nice things. Hand axe. Warhammer. Warhammer. Fohammer. I'm just speaking words now. You can definitely tell I'm getting tired. I haven't really even done anything today. I think that's the worst part about this. Sword. Knife. Almost have a knife. Gauntlet bond. Ling spear. Oh yeah, I forgot long spears aren't technically a thing. I think I'll put that in the pike one then. And then just a basic spear does bot +1, and staff does. So my basic thing is swords plus do damage plus maces. Maces pretty much have stun, axes, and pierce. Those are kind of my basic guidelines and my holy trinity of the three. And spear, oh yeah, and spears, range. That is the holy trinity, and that's what I'm going to be working with here. So, ball and chain, it's a mace, stun 1. Actually, that reminds me. Marshall. Marshall replace. There we go. Oh, that reminds me as well. We gotta do. Yep. Remember, Marshall and Basic aren't things in this. Pierce 1. What does a basic mace do? Basic mace does that. I'm gonna bump this up to bod +2. Boar spear. Now you may be saying, what if I don't have very high bod and my damage is trashed here? Well, A, don't get into a fight with something obviously bigger and scarier than you. Or wearing armor. Or get something with piercing if you get anything, like an axe or something. Crowbill. Actually, this is going to give it pierce 1, stun 1. and make it bod +1 only. So a little bit weaker than the average mace, but you also get the pierce on it. And flail. Yeah, flail is just kind of an upgraded ball and chain. Frog spear, we're just going to make this bod. Ubiquitous gauntlet. Yeah, the gauntlet's main advantage is that you have a free hand. Great sword, bod +4. I'm actually going to bump damage up just a smidge on the great sword. Probably bump those up on two-handed across the board, make them just a little bit stronger. No. Yeah, I'm gonna add. There we go. I think that's a good compromise. The ball and chain does the same amount of damage, but it has stun 2, which is pretty nice. While the flail itself doesn't do as much damage, but it has stun 2, and you can use it in one hand, so you can use it with a shield. Well, the ball and chain, you have to have, both hands, which kind of sucks. Makes it again, flail is a better ball and chain, but again, the damages are the exact same. Guard dagger. That's just going to do bod and damage. Halberds, spear and axe. I'm going to do bod +2 with long distance and pierce 2. Yeah, I think that works. Bump pike up by 1. Poleaxe is going to get the same treatment. So pike's going to do a little bit more damage, but it's not going to be as useful. That'll be the balancing factor on it. Inevitably, someone will be like, "No, it's not supposed to be like that." Being like, for balance's sake. Because that's one thing you always got to worry about with games like this is balance, as at the end of the day, a lot more important than anything else. Because you may not see it, but your players will, and players abuse things horrifically. And if they can find something to abuse, they will abuse it, like hardcore. That's kind of like what they do. Nothing wrong with it, but it has to be a ever-present fact of life for you as a there we go. This isn't perfect, but I think it'll work. Let's see. Battle Axe is bod +4, but you get the pierce on it, which is really nice, and you just automatically can cleave through armor. Warhammer, you get the stun. I'm gonna bump the stun up to 3. So you're doing more. What else can do stun right now? So the Poleaxe can do stun, but you pretty much default get double the damage on it. And it's obvious and unwieldy, so it's really awful in like close quarter combat. Oh, I forgot about the halberd again. Do I give it Pierce 1? No. Yeah. Pierce 1. This is effectively what it looks like. It's a long-ass axe. That's all it is. I'm actually going to take long distance off the long axe. That just make it a worse. That just make it a worse battle axe then. So why would you ever choose that? Okay, here's the compromise. It's going to be bod plus 3 or bod plus 2. And it's going to have... unwieldy. Either it's going to have switch. So distance melee, pierce 1, or pierce 3. Yeah. So bastard sword, 1 hand, or 2 hand. Does anything else have switch? No, I don't think so. Those are the only 2. So pretty much that's going from spear, stab mode, where you get the long distance melee, versus getting the pierce 3 on it with the halberd. So you kind of have to make your decision, you know, where technically, like, the battle axe itself is going to be better, and you don't get the unwieldy with the battle axe, or you go with the halberd and kind of start trying to mix it around. It's either I'm going to stab you a little bit, or I'm going to like raise my hand up on it and like try to fight you that way. It's still a 2-handed weapon at the end of the day, which I should actually put right there, 2-handed. Actually, I should, let's see. Actually, pike and... Technically, you can have a pike and shield. It just looks really stupid. That's not a pike necessarily. I'd call that a spear, like a long spear, or like what these guys are using up here. Those are spears with shield. Like those are spears. This guy's might be using a pike. Or fuck you. Or fuck you in the horse you rode in on. I don't know. Ow, 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 ow. No, no, down, 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 boy. Is that... Pace unlinked. There we go. Sorry, Mr. Sword, you did not make the cut. Let's spread tags out a little bit. Why are you so massive now? Okay, we just need to fix this. We just need to fix all of this. Okay, let's select everything we can. Dying, 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 dying. No, oh Jesus, no, 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 no. Anon made a mistake. Wait, what the hell happened? Z, Control Z. Oh, thank God. Now, if you don't know what happened there, when you hit update normal text to match, it decided that it wanted to update the normal text to match, which is everything, and made my life hell. So, column width, we're going to go with 2, and then minimum row height, we're going to go with 1 and see how everything looks. So that's terrible, and I hate it. But give us a little bit of idea to work with. Column width, let's go with 1. And row height, let's go with 0.25. Okay, that's better, that's better, that's better. We're working with it, we're working with it. Okay, let's expand you out this far. Alright, I think this is working. I can probably squish you a little bit more. Oh, no, no, please, 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 God. You know what? No, I'm gonna keep it in the middle. I think this. Let's take a look here. We still got to do range weapons. Yay! After this, we'll probably wrap up for the night. Honestly, this is it. So I'm just gonna. Javelins are going to deal. Yeah. You know what? No, you don't need throwing knives. You don't need throwing knives. So let's see, long distance melee. Melee tool is can use an attack at SD 1 or 0. It's a natural part of the user. Can use sneak check. Consider it obvious. How many times return you ubiquitous used? Were a tool ever used throughout this? No. It's literally just ubiquitous. Well, I guess, I mean, we could put switch here. Is there any other tags that I'm forgetting? Oh, dual wield. Yeah, looks like it's dual wield and graceful. Do I have graceful down here? No, I do not have graceful. So I'm going to put graceful right here. Used with reflexes instead of bod. Also looks like it's terribly laggy and awful, and you're correct. It is terribly laggy and awful. Fun fact. And dual wield. There we go. Alright, let's just check here. Number value. Number down for any reflex. Maneuver checks made by the character in or out of combat. Shield, 1, 2, 3. Should I put the shield bash in? I should put the shield strike in, shouldn't I? Yeah. Let's just add that in real fast. You want to add an insert column to the right. Put that right there. Shield strike. Oh yeah, I added another shield, didn't I? Because I have medium shields in that one. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, you're not doing damage with these things. That's not the point of a shield strike. Alright. So yeah, we've got this done. So if we go back to our preliminary notes here, We've cleaned up magic. We've cleaned up combat. We've also expanded the armory. So we did quite a bit today. So what we're going to do next is we're going to be taking a look. A little bit at probably monsterization and such like advancement, just to make sure everything, all the numbers we add out there, and then we're going to be working on enemies, making sure everything works here as it should in theory. So let me just do a quick double check here. All right, I'll turn up. Let's play it over here. No worry. This is track 10 of 10. So we ended it just right and perfect. I did not plan for this at all. But thank you all for watching. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, please like, comment, subscribe. You know the jam. And if you are watching on Twitch either at a later time or you just stopped in right now, please leave me a follow. I stream every night around 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. Well, thank you all very much, and have a wonderful rest of your night. We listen to erosion music all night. Godspeed and good luck. Goodbye.